Welcome to Vocabulary TV. This is our 31st video lesson on roots, prefixes and suffixes in English vocabulary. In this episode, we are going to cover a very important suffix of Latin or Greek origin, which is used to form adjectives, and this suffix lends the meaning related to or resembling to the base word. In the first half of this video, we shall cover certain words where the suffix "ein" gets attached to various animal names and the resulting words can be used to describe animal-like traits or features in human beings. The second half uncovers certain choicest words which are very important in vocabulary and often tested in the verbal section of various exams. So let's begin with our very first word, which is aquiline. Aquila means eagle, so the word is based on an eagle. Since the suffix "ein" means resembling, the word aquiline means resembling an eagle. And the most prominent feature of an eagle is its beak, which is curved or hooked. So the word aquiline can be used to describe a person's nose, which looks like an eagle's beak. Like you can see in this picture, the witch here has an aquiline nose. Next, we have the word asinine, which refers to the species Asinus, meaning an ass or sometimes a donkey. It is common knowledge that donkeys are dim-witted and brainless, unlike their counterparts horses. So the word asinine means extremely stupid or foolish. For instance, look at this mad scientist. He claims that he would make an invisibility potion one day, so no wonder people often call him asinine. Talking of horses, we have the word equine. The prefix equus means a horse, so anything related to or affecting horses can be described as equine. It may be a disease such as equine anemia. And of course, anything resembling a horse or someone's facial features could also be called equine. A related word is equestrian, which is again derived from equus meaning horse. Just like a pedestrian walks on foot, an equestrian uses a horse for commuting. So the word equestrian means a rider or performer on horseback. An example sentence for the word is, "She was well known in her town for her amazing equestrian skills." Then we have the word bovine. The Latin prefix "bov" originally meant an ox, but we can use the word for cattle in general, including cows, buffaloes, and bison. Something affecting cattle or relating to cattle can be called bovine, like perhaps diseases affecting them, such as bovine tuberculosis. But extending the usage, if we call some person or their manners bovine, which means like a cow, it won't really be a positive word. Being like a cow would mean being dull, sluggish, calm, and phlegmatic. In fact, this word is stronger than phlegmatic, and to an extent it would mean mindless, unintelligent, and stupid too. An example for usage would be, "She stared at us with a stupid bovine expression." Next word is canine. The word is based on canis, meaning dog, and can be used both as a noun and as an adjective. The word canine can be used interchangeably with the word dog when referring to them. For instance, many people are hostile to stray canines and often throw pebbles at them or threaten them by other means. Canine here is a noun meaning dog. When used as an adjective, we will perhaps talk about their behavioral patterns and things like canine loyalty, which make them a preferred pet. Another choice for preferred pets is obviously cats, the root word for which is felis. Drawing similarity with humans, anything resembling or suggestive of a cat can be described as feline, like perhaps feline grace or feline agility. And agility, by the way, means being quick and graceful. As you can recall, the word catwalk is also based on the same idea. An example of usage for the word feline is, during the ramp walk, she exhibited feline grace. Sometimes we can also talk about feline temperament, and a similar phrase in English suggestive of that is cat fights. Next is porcine. As you can recall, the meat from pig is called pork. So porcine means like a pig or relating to a pig. Like maybe someone's facial features could be called porcine. But beware of the consequences before you want to suggest to someone that he or she looks like a pig. Then we have the word ursine. Ursa means bear, and you would have heard about the term in names of constellations such as Ursa Major, meaning the great bear, or Ursa Minor, or the little bear. So ursine means resembling a bear. Likewise, leonine means like a lion. Again, Leo is a sun sign for people born in August, and for describing anyone who is like a lion, we would use the word leonine. For instance, the actor who played the role was a handsome leonine profile. Then we have the word serpentine. Serpent means a snake, so the word refers to the characteristics of a snake. If we talk about its curvy and twisting body, the feature can be used to describe something like a road or a path, like the one seen in this picture. But serpentine could also be used to describe a clever, cunning, and treacherous person, a meaning similar to that conveyed by the idiom a snake in the grass. Next word is lupine, which means wolfish or relating to a wolf, like a lupine howl. But more important is the word vulpine. It is derived from the base vulps, meaning fox, and since ages, fox is known to be a crafty and cunning animal. So when used to describe a person, these meanings become relevant. Like look at the picture of this person. He looks very cunning and scheming, and his smile looks very vulpine. Finally, the last of the animals I would like to mention is a monkey. Now for describing something related to a monkey or an ape, we use the word simian, though it's a deviation from our theme, the suffix "-ine". So just like our other adjectives covered so far, we can use simian in the phrase simian diseases or talk about someone's simian facial features. And monkeys or apes have long been known to be the ancestors of humans. So we might even use the term anthropoid for them. Anthrop means humans, so anthropoid would imply similarity with humans. Now let's come to some other adjectives apart from those derived from animals but containing the suffix "-ine". Say for example, crystalline, which means like a crystal or composed of crystals like a crystalline rock. It also means clear like a crystal. Like we can say that a crystalline prose will be very easy to understand. Another easy word is saline, which is derived from the same word root as that of salt and celery. To put it simply, if something is saline, it contains salt like a saline solution. More popularly, we have the word divine, derived from deus meaning God, which is the same root from which we derive the word deity. Divine means like a god or God himself. For instance, some mythological heroes were believed to have divine powers. Another example, that day when they met with a car accident, nothing but divine luck, which is also known as providence, saved them. And talking about lesser mortals, we have the genders feminine and masculine, which stand respectively for female and male. Since femina means woman, and you can't forget that because you have a very famous ladies magazine by that name in India. The word feminine literally means like a female and is suggestive of qualities or an appearance traditionally associated with women. Especially delicacy and prettiness. Like in this picture, you can see a feminine young woman. Well, sometimes we notice some strange mannerisms of certain men who exhibit womanly characteristics. Like, for example, a high-pitched womanly voice. But we will not call such men feminine. Feminine has a mostly positive connotation. The correct word to describe such a man is effeminate, and it's a negative word to address a man with. It is synonymous with the words unmanly and effete. Masculine, on the other hand, is a positive word, which means having qualities or appearance traditionally associated with men, that is, being manly or macho. Then we have the word pristine. The word contains the prefix pre, meaning before. So pristine would literally mean like the times gone before. And pristine indeed describes something that is characteristic of older times. Something or some place that is in its original condition, is primitive or unspoiled. It has perhaps been left untouched and untarnished. For instance, a pristine landscape. Only later in the 19th century we get the additional meaning of pristine as spotless and completely clean, fresh or neat, as something which is new and unused should be. For example, a pristine white shirt. Yet another important word is sanguine. Now sanguine in Latin means blood. So sanguine in one of its meanings implies a blood red color. But well, the more important meaning of sanguine derives from the fact that in medieval physiology, those who had a predominance of blood in their body were supposedly marked by a ruddy complexion like rosy cheeks and a cheerful and optimistic disposition. And that is how sanguine today means optimistic, cheerful and positive. An example sentence would be, let's not be too sanguine about the outcome. Something can go wrong at the last minute. Now a word of caution here. One of the older meanings of sanguine is bloody or bloodthirsty. But sanguine is not used in this meaning in contemporary English. And instead, we use the word sanguinary in this meaning. For instance, the infamous Kalinga War fought by Emperor Ashoka was so sanguinary that it transformed Ashoka's conscience forever, and he renounced violence and adopted Buddhism after that war. One of the common words based on the suffix is genuine. This word has a very interesting origin. Around 16th century, it was a Roman custom that a father acknowledged the paternity of a newborn child by placing it on his knee, or genu, which was the Latin word for knee. And we now know that genuine means truly what something is said to be, or authentic, like genuine 22-carat gold bricks, or a genuine product bought from a showroom. Then we have the word clandestine. It derives from the word clam, which means secretly. So clandestine means kept secret or done secretively, especially because it is illicit, like a clandestine meeting or a clandestine transaction. And finally, we have the word Philistine. Frankly speaking, this word just happens to have the ending "-ine", but has got nothing to do with the roots phil, which by the way means love, or the suffix "-ine". And yet, it is one of the most commonly used words in English today. The word is used in context of a person who is hostile or indifferent to culture and the arts. Such a person is generally narrow-minded, uncultured, and exclusively interested in material gain. I would like to mention a very interesting quote to exemplify the word, and it is, "The Philistine provides the best definition of art. Anything that makes him rage is first class." Look at this guy here. He doesn't like the face in the painting, and so, in order to make it perfect by his standards, he actually does this. You can say that this guy is a Philistine. Now test your understanding of the words learnt in this lesson by filling in the blanks below. It is recommended that you pause the video when the timer starts. And that brings us to the end of this video. Hope you liked it. Subscribe our channel and stay tuned for more such videos. Thank you.